Welcome to Career Navigator. What I want to explain in this video is what they are, what the cards are and what else you get for the order, and also how to use them. So the career cards themselves, what will come through your door, they'll arrive in a pack. You will get these 6 cards here really for use with younger clients to convey the idea that the career road, and when we use the word career we mean education, training, work, isn't straight a lot of the time, and there are winding roads, there are roundabouts, they can get stuck, dead ends, and the future really is about navigating that as well as possible. And the cards then are the resources they need for that journey. So, you know, these have been based on blueprints, international blueprints, UK and wider. And so on one side, you know, they have things that you can take on the journey. So one way of using it is to have them placed that way up. I'll do that very quickly. And of course you can ask them to turn them over and they get a little bit more in-depth explanation. You don't have to use all the cards at once, so if you work in particular year groups, younger people, you can have some of the cards for, you know, say when they're 13, and the ones you think they should be working on at that age. So many blueprints do sort of identify which ones you can gain earlier and which ones later. So they could even be used sort of primary, so you're talking about things like curiosity, how good are they at self-confidence, knowing themselves, social confidence. So how many cards you use and how you use them is going to depend on your client group. But what you need to know, you've got 22 cards there in addition to those 8, and they are informed, as I said, by blueprints. So the aim is to get them to reflect on which ones they have, which ones they're already good at, and to back that up by saying, you know, so you can ask them, well, what makes you say that? Can you think of a time when you have done that? And then to identify the ones that, you know, maybe they sometimes have, sometimes don't, and then the ones they really feel that they need to work on. So having what you will get is access to a online learning room, which would be password protected, so you'll get the password, and in there you will get instructions, and it will summarise the resource cards. It'll explain some of the concepts like blueprints and this idea that the road's not so linear anymore. It'll also explain about referral for one-to-one personal guidance, and about how really those who need the more in-depth support are those with the lower level career management competencies and the high life complexity. So there's also a little bit of a guide for how can we actually ensure that those people who need more of our support get it. This can be used as a referral system. You know, tutors can use these cards. And also you can get the young people, you can use them in groups as said, and you can get the young people to tick those that they're good at, and identify ones they need to work on, and then that can, you know, they can take that with them to the career conversation with a qualified professional. So it gets a little bit within there. Then there's some more instructions on how to use, and you know, obviously you don't want a script, but if you're then thinking, well, okay, let's say they pick a motivation card, say I'm not really good at that, what questions could I ask as a career practitioner to explore in more depth? And you know, the book actually then basically shares some of the answers that 600 advisors, career practitioners, all ages, all stages, ask. So we did a field study, and we've got, you know, what they ask in order to find out to what extent a client has these career management competencies. So there's questions to support each card. Indeed, you can actually create, in a group work session, you can give some of these questions to the students and they can ask them of each other, so you can help them with a bit of peer coaching. And then you get fully downloadable resources such as this, where they can record the discussion, and again that will help inform that one-to-one career conversation. So that's if it's used in groups, but also if you are using it in a one-to-one, then again it's important to actually celebrate the things that the client has in place before we focus on the action plan and what they need to develop. So when I've used this with clients before, I found they really love having positive feedback about which of these they have. So for example, when somebody says, oh, I really don't know what I want to do, well, it might be that they are curious and they're open-minded, and that can actually go down as one of their career management strengths. So, you know, the fact that they've come to see you might be that, you know, they're concerned about it. Would be perhaps motivation is one of their strengths. They're ready to get going. So it's lovely to be able to record, as I said, what's already in place, some of the things they have sometimes, and then the action plan is going to be what they need to work on the most. And I know many people think that careers action plans are all about information and routes and options, but plans change. And we've got this shift from looking at the career plan and getting a career plan in place to knowing, yes, we need that first step in place, but we're looking at career management competencies for life. So you will get access to instructions. I mean, they are actually summarised when you actually get the pack of cards. There's a little summary in there, but obviously it's not as in-depth as the instruction booklet. And you'll get other downloadable resources like this might be better with adults. Say somebody who's been made redundant, and you can say, okay, just pick a picture for where you feel you are on the career road at the moment. What's your road like? Describe that road for me. Is there anything you'd like to change about it? What would you like your road to look like? And then what ideas have you got for what we can work on today? So, more than a pack of cards, you get a lot more with it. And in terms of using them, okay, we can use them for contracting, for agreeing the purpose. And there's some videos on the learning site as to how to do that and how you can get people to understand that, say, a CV, when they come onto a CV, that's only one of these. It's only one of the things that's going to help them get to where they need to be, and how this is what they need. These are the stepping stones they need in place. As I've talked about, it's great for exploring the story in more depth, especially with people who want something kinesthetic and they don't like that intense eye contact. It's great for action planning, because then you can work out which of these need to be worked on. I mentioned that it's good for referral to more in-depth. So it might be that in schools it's done in groups or with the tutor. And, you know, they can refer, not on the grounds of whether somebody has a plan in place or not. That is part of the picture. But have they got the career management competencies that are going to help them navigate those transitions? Most people change their mind. And when they do change their mind, if they do, they need to have these competencies in place to help them carry on that journey. The other thing is impact measurement. So what you can do, as I said, is use some of these cards with younger people in school and sort of work out where they are in year 9, year 10, and then at the end of a career learning programme, come back to the cards and say, where are you now? So you can scale, you know, so for example, you might pick, say, 6 of these cards for when they're 13, motivation perhaps, self-knowledge, optimism, persistence, something, or access and support, confidence. Scale at the beginning of the year on a scale of 0 to 10 or 0 to 5, you know, how much do you feel you have that or you're good at that? And at the end of a career learning programme that year, say, now let's scale again and see distance travelled. So that's a very quick introduction. As I said, one of the things you'll get are the instructions. You'll get videos that are more in depth about how to actually use these with different clients in different contexts. So thank you for your interest, for watching this video, and I hope if you purchase these, I hope you enjoy using them with your clients.